Fellow YouTubers, Caleb Craig, Diplo with 2, here to bring you a review this time on the Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett. Let's take a look at the box. As you can see on the front, it's a window box effect. It says Star Wars Black Series with a little picture of Boba Fett there. On the top of the box, it actually says the Black Series, and there's a cool picture of Boba Fett. There is absolutely nothing on the left side, nothing on the right side, but you do get that window box effect seeing Boba Fett through the see-through plastic. On the back, you get a little bit of artwork of Boba Fett, and he's about to say his famous line. And it reads, Star Wars Boba Fett, the notorious bounty hunter Boba Fett prepares to deliver the carbonite frozen Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. He's no good to me, Dad. And here's Hasbro before Disney was actually invited. That's a quick look at the box, so now let's open it up. Okay, and here's Boba Fett out of the box. Man, this is an awesome figure. As you can see here, he just looks great. They did an awesome job on the paint. They nailed it. Well worth the money. I think I paid like maybe 40 to 45 bucks for it with shipping, but it was well worth it. I do love it. It looks awesome. Great display piece. And if I was you, I'd pick it up. So first of all, what I'm going to say is the cape looks awesome. The way it is that it only covers this part, but with the jetpack, once you put it on, it kind of hovers over and looks like it's flowing in the wind. So I love that effect. So let's take a closer look at that and all the accessories of the figure. Starting off with the cape, it's really thin. It only goes this far. For some reason, I thought it covered like from here to the shoulder, but all they did was pretty much put a little bit of cloth right there, and the cloth just has a tan and brown design. You can see some of the patterns in there, but that came out really good. Now, first weapon he has that we're showing here is like his kind of rifle blaster. I do like this because also if you see that I hold this part, it looks like a pistol with a scope on it. So it's something how if you look at it, they actually have a lot of scrapes here from, I guess, when he was fighting or trying to catch people. There's a lot of silver scrapes here, and then from here to here, it looks brand new. So I love this handle. I love the way they put detail into it. It's not sloppy. None of the black or gray or brown is bleeding onto anything else. And I do love the little beige they put here for the handle. That looks very good. And it's all shiny. Then here you have a few scrapes where no idea what is happened, but it looks really good. Like, I love this effect. I'm not a huge fan of stuff that's battle scarred or scraped, but on this Boba Fett figure, they did an awesome job on it. So that's one of the weapons, and now we can look at the other one. The other one is this one right here, which does not have as much detail as the other one. It's pretty much like straight up, it looks like just brown with the little silver stick in it, and it's just a small blaster. But I do love how they have it where you can store this, and I am glad that they included both of these weapons. So that's really cool. Now, to get him to grip this weapon, basically what I do, because I did have a little bit of trouble with it at first, is I actually squeeze it in there and I get the thumb to go in here into that part, and then I twist it around. And when I twist it around, it goes in there and it fits, and that's how I pretty much like holds it. So I didn't have much luck to get the index finger to hold through there, but I do love how he's able to hold this, and you can like kind of tilt it up and tilt his hand, and it looks really cool whenever he's holding it. And I just thought that looked really cool. So that's how you would hold that weapon. Now, I did not know if you had a place to store this one, but this one is really easy right here. For this one, it's just as easy. You just stick the handle into the hand, turn it around, and you can take that index finger and stick it through the hole, just like that. So it's really easy for him to hold this one, and I love that. But of course, you're going to want him to pretty much hold this one most of the time because it looks a little bit cooler. But what's really cool about this one is that you can easily take that, and he has this compartment right here, which is plenty of room. It's pretty big too, to easily store it there. And just like that, it is jam-packed in there and ready to go. Another cool feature is the jetpack, so let's take a closer look at that. The awesome detail they did on this, it looks so good. You see there's brown marks in there. Once again, they put the little scrapes on there that doesn't look that bad where it looks like the paint is chipped. That's a little peg that you would stick in there. It just looks very nice. And just as easy, you just take that jetpack and stick it in there, and it's not going anywhere. You can, like, I guess kind of tilt it if you want, but it looks good just how it is. So he has this little backpack there. Now let's look at the details of the actual figure. To me, they completely nailed the head. I do like how they have this dent here. The burgundy looks really good. They still have some scrapes there. But as you can see, there's no scrapes on the visor. But that does look very good. Here he has this antenna. A little bit of the black is running onto the silver there, but it doesn't look that bad. Let's look at the side of it. On the left side, once again, I'm just glad that they didn't go sloppy with these lines. Those all look straight. Even this little white hump here looks very good. It doesn't look that bad at all. Looks very good, and you still see the scrape from the silver. I'm guessing what they did was just stick some silver paint in different places on the head. Well, on the whole figure. On the left side, it looks good. You can see more scraping. There's nothing wrong with the antenna. It doesn't look sloppy at all. Not quite sure why that white line actually stops there halfway through, but it does look good. And even on the back, they did awesome on the detail just in the back with those dents. No idea what type of machine they're using, but it does really good on small little features on the actual figure. So that looks good too. And there you can see how they did the neck, not much detail, just a few wrinkles for where he would bend it. On the back, you also can see they have sculpted in some belt buckles where they're kind of a lighter green, and then they have the silver part for the buckles. That doesn't look that bad at all, even though most of the time this part is covered by the jetpack. You can also tell they did an awesome job on the shoulder pads. It does look very good. It even has a small dent right there. They did good on the wrinkles around the arms. What I love about this is that this doesn't hinder the articulation. This is a nice feature, and this is a string that's attached, but it's attached to the part where you twist instead of being attached to the top part. So you still can twist that without messing up that string there, like how I was when I did my post-Demeron. But as you can see here, they did awesome on the forearm. It does look really cool. Here, twisting it around, you can see the little bit of detail they put into it. Looks like he could have a small shooter in there. Awesome job on the padding around the hand. You can see in there how even he has some padding even around the hand, so that looks very good. A lot of detail. The other arm actually looks a little cooler because on the left side for him, as you can see here, they gave him this symbol on the shoulder pad. It looks very good. There's more wrinkles, and here he has a lot more weapons. It looks like mechanics and contraptions. All that looks cool. Of course, we have no idea what all that stuff is used for, which he didn't really use it in the movie, but it still looks very cool. Here, if I twist on a little bit more, you see more mechanics of blasters of things that we have no idea that he would use. Probably weapons we've never even heard of. Now, on the front for the chest piece, it did come out very good. More scrapes. You can see they did an awesome job on this symbol right here. For some reason, it still reminds me of baseball. The only thing I see that's a little off is the red mark. The red mark right here is not completely covering the red part that it's supposed to, and it's kind of bleeding out a little bit to the left, but it's not that bad. You see there's 3 dots here. I'm wondering if those are supposed to be bullet holes or what, not quite sure. And also, I do not want to forget the little strap he has, his rope that is around his arm. It's actually connected here, so it can't move, but it doesn't move really from there. Now, as you can see here around the belt, he has so many different packets from here to here, which they do look cool, and those are nice details, even though they do hinder the articulation, which I'm going to show you. Here at the bottom, he even has more scrapes around his scrotum, not scrotum, well, whatever you would call that part, but he has a lot of scrapes there too. Here on the back, you see they even have a lot of detail here where he has a lot of belts and straps around the bottom. I've never seen a hiney this detailed on a figure before, so this does look really cool how they did that. And on the back, you just see a lot of wrinkles, and you can see where the articulation is pretty much. Now, the last figure I seen that actually had this much detail around the legs was the Kraven the Hunter Marvel Legends. As you can see, they actually did still include the battle scar around the knee pads. And also, you can see here, it looks like he has guns on the left side and on the right side. And you can see here, it looks like he's been treading through mud, how it's dirty. So they did not ease up on any of the detail. They did an awesome job on this part. Also, something else he didn't use in the movie, looks like he has metal clips on the ends of his feet. But they do look really cool. And that's kind of where the detail starts. There's some lines on here, within here, on his feet, and that's pretty much it. And on the back, it's just the same. There's nothing really different about the back, but I do love how this came out, and it does look really cool. So they did an awesome job on the feet and on the detail of the whole figure. I do like how this came out. So now let's look at the actual articulation. All right, for the articulation, I'm going to do it with the actual jetpack on, because of course when you have it, you're going to always have the jetpack on it. So with the foot can go that far back. So it goes really far back, but it does not go any forward. So you are not going to be able to bend that foot any more forward. Here at the leg, it actually can twist and is double jointed. That looks very cool. Very nice how it twists there. It can twist here, so there is a thigh swivel. Looks very good. Now it actually cannot move that far up because this is in the way. So you're kind of hindered on your articulation there, and it can only go about that far back from where it goes up against the butt. So it's not going that far, and it can spread out that far. So that's all the articulation in the legs. And here when we get to the actual chest, well, not chest, but waist, torso, you can twist here, but it's not much of an ab crunch except for this. So this can move a little bit, but you're not going to get like a full complete bent or anything. So it can move just about that much. His arms can actually spread out this far, so the shoulder pads are not being like hit up here, and it's plenty of room for them to spread there, which I think is pretty cool. You can't twist here, but for some reason you can twist a little bit above the elbow. So this can twist, and it's attached there to the string, like I said, which looks really cool. And you can bend here. This can go to a right angle, well, just about a right angle, but it stops right before a right angle. And you can pop the wrist on here, and it can twist. Here on the other arm where it does not have the string, it still isn't really that different. It still will twist here, and it will bend here. And that's pretty much it. And it pops the wrist. So that's it. But you cannot, it doesn't, but it also will twist here. I don't know if I forgot to say that on the other one, but this one twists, but this one can't twist as much because the string is there, and this one does twist, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. The last part on it is the actual helmet. It actually can go that far down and that far up. I do not think his face was ever revealed, though it would be cool if you could take this off. So that far up, that far down, and you can go completely around, and it does have a bit of a swivel in the neck. So very nice figure. I do really enjoy it. It is epic. It looks cool. My favorite part for some reason is how you're able to get that cape to like just keep flowing, and that looks really cool. Oh, you gotta stand for me, baby. You are front and center without any weapons. But anyway, very cool figure. I do like it. No reason for his hand to be up if he's not holding an actual weapon. But it is really cool. Looks good. And if I were you and you're a huge fan of Boba Fett or the Star Wars series, because who's really not a fan of Boba Fett, man? I would pick it up. So this has been Caleb Craig Deadpool Toys 12. This is my review of the Star Wars Boba Fett figure, and I'll see you on future videos. Bye.
Leaving so soon? All right. Have a good day.